Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
Shooting. Lights out.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. Got to watch you some basketball, some WNBA action. I know my buddy Cool McCain got to watch him some WNBA basketball over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But we have a lot to talk about. One that actually includes my New York Liberty that is not good. We'll get into that. We are going to talk about the All-Star. We got the reserves. We got the starters. We will be talking about that. And don't forget about my NBA people. We will have a discussion about the offseason. I threw a question out there. Wanting to see what the people was feeling about some of the teams in the offseason and what the moves that they made. So that should be a fun discussion, which features 2 of our teams. So that would be fun. Nevertheless, the playmakers in the building, Cool McCain's in the building, as we've been doing for the past couple of weeks now, and doing 2 shows on Mondays.
2 shows?
Let's give you our preview. One of us might be going off on the other show, just to give you a preview. So you might want to tune into that one. Somebody might be going off on the other show later on today.
Somebody always goes off.
So y'all stick around for that. But now, as we always like to do, make sure you get your news and your notes from everything around the hardwood court of basketball. And to begin the hardwood segment, check this out. EA and 2K are hinting at the revival of the college basketball game. I don't know about y'all, but I was one of those people who played college basketball games religiously. Talking about 2K and EA Sports. So this will be interesting. It's been a very long time since either one of these companies have done a college basketball game. So let me give you some things from the article. Developers EA Sports and 2K games are hinted at the revival of the college basketball video game. EA Sports sent a cryptic tweet on last Monday that suggested it will create a college hoops game for the first time since 2009. 2K followed up later that same day on Monday with a statement that it's exploring exciting news on ways to bring athletes in school to life. Both developers entered their college hoops franchise more than a decade ago for multiple reasons, not limited to the players' likeness concerns that froze EA's college football franchise. It is unclear if the developer's statement were coordinated, suggesting a shared franchise, or whether they'll be competing in a market that doesn't often make space for 2 mainstream games featuring the same sports league. Now, those of you who want to know what the tweet was from EA Sports, it was "Bring the madness, let's run it back." So, cool. We might be getting college basketball video game back.
Yep. If we do, I'm all for EA Sports. I'm not a fan of 2K's mechanics.
Not a fan of 2K's mechanics. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I would like to see the game back for sure.
Hey, college football came back.
I figured at that point we were going to get basketball as well. I figured it would take a year or 2, but I figured we were going to get basketball.
And now they came back with a vengeance with the football.
No.
They came back, but I have the game. I have the
But
EA Sports college football. Okay.
it's not going to be the same. I don't think overall excitement for basketball as it will for football. I'm not saying people won't be into it, but I think college football is, it's college football.
It's a different atmosphere, is what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
There's a different atmosphere between college football and college basketball. But if you're like me and Kool McCain, you can do both, and you won't have a problem. I believe this goes to another certain topic, but I'm gonna use this here. You can like both. You can play both. You don't have to hate one or the other. It's okay. It is okay to love both.
I agree.
You like it, you know where I got that from.
I know who you're talking about.
It's okay to love both. It's all right.
You should love both. I love both.
Like he said, you should love both.
Yeah.
But knowing them, they're probably gonna take their time with this one. They're probably gonna make sure everything is correct. They ain't gonna rush it. I hope y'all don't rush it. That'd be the worst thing y'all can do.
Yeah, I hope y'all been working on this for like 6 months. So y'all just letting us know.
That could be true. That could be. They could have been worked on it, and it was like, you know what? Now we feel good about where we at. We can let it out. So that could be true as well. But I'm looking forward to EA Sports and 2K bringing back college basketball video games. I might get it. We'll see. I mean, I do have the the Game Pass for Xbox, so I get EA games for free anyway. So that was right up my alley. I'm looking forward to this. I hope y'all do what y'all need to do. Speaking of college basketball, let's stick with college basketball because Houston St. John headline Players Errors Tournament. Those of you who don't know, this is a new tournament, in-season tournament that is held in Las Vegas, Nevada during Thanksgiving weekend. Or Thanksgiving week, should I say. This upcoming season, it will be held on the 24th and 25th out in Vegas with both the MGM Grand Garden Arena and the Michelob Ultra Arena out in Vegas. And this is a stacked field for this tournament. Alabama, Auburn, Baylor, Creighton, Gonzaga, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas, Michigan, Notre Dame, Oregon, Rutgers, San Diego State, St. Joe's, St. John, Syracuse, Tennessee, and UNLV. That is a ridiculous lineup. They ain't playing game. Do you see these names?
I do.
How in the top?
I have Carolina there.
I'm pretty sure you happy for Carolina not to be in any type of in-season tournament at this point.
I'm excited about my team this upcoming season.
You are? Okay, that's
yes,
good.
Sir. Even with a head coach that I don't have all the faith in.
Hubert Davis gets no love from Kool McCain.
He don't get hate yet, but he don't get love either.
I say no love for you. Don't get no love from Kool McCain. But he did say he don't get it. That's something.
Yeah, you don't get hate, but you don't get love yet either. You got to do something to get love.
How many of these teams will be ranked in the top 10 when we get to Thanksgiving week?
That's an interesting question. I would say who's going to be ranked in the top 25. I don't think everybody will be in the top 25.
Not everybody, but how many going to be in the top 10?
But it'll be at least a couple, I think. I mean, a lot is going to depend on who play who and those first couple of ones because we know how college basketball goes.
Well, I'm expecting Kansas to be ranked. I'm expecting Alabama and Auburn to be up there. Baylor should be ranked. Creighton should be ranked. Gonzaga damn sure should be ranked. Houston will be up there.
They should be ranked, but top 10 is different from being ranked. That's why I say
I got four teams already: Alabama, Auburn, Baylor, Houston. Maybe 5 because Gonzaga might get ranked up there too.
I don't think all of them will be top 10 by then, though.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Hey, I could do 6 and put Tennessee in there.
You could. You could do 7 if you want to. Do 8.
This is a loaded field.
It's a speculation thing at this point. I mean, it's good teams. Don't get me wrong, but
as far as the rankings, yeah, but it's
gonna be a good tournament.
Ridiculous. This is that tournament that's you're gonna look back and be like, okay, who did you beat? And you're gonna go back to this one and be like, oh, this team beat that team back in Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
This is ridiculous. And they doing the women's too. And for the women's, they doing only 14. You want to know what the women's are?
Absolutely, we do.
Duke, South Carolina, Texas, UCLA.
There's
all of them ain't ranked in the top 10. That's a problem.
There's one team that would be in it, but my girl is not gonna be ready by then. Probably.
Thanksgiving week gonna be very interesting.
If she was ready.
No, man. Thanksgiving week, I usually catch the Bad Boys Motors or the Bahamas tournament. But I might have to catch the Players Arrows tournament because this is a ridiculous lineup. That's ridiculous. Jeez. Man,
I feel like you're excited about his lineup, sir. Something tells me you're excited about his lineup.
Because I have to wait and see what the Maui invitation look like. Who's gonna be in the Maui invitation? Now I gotta wait and see who's gonna be in the Bad Boys Bahamas invitation. Too many tournaments all in the same time.
Definitely tournament heavy.
Especially at Thanksgiving week too. What's they call it? Feast week if you're on ESPN. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep up with all this.
I think you'll find a way, sir. I think you'll find a way.
No.
I may be on a boat. I'm not sure yet. So I might not be keeping up with any of it.
On a boat?
My birthday's the 22nd. So I may just be on a boat.
You could have said cruise. You ain't had to be so modest with it. You can say cruise.
It happens on a boat.
Nah, but you try to be modest with it, like I'll be on a boat. A boat?
Maybe.
This man is planning a cruise for his birthday, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe.
Have you picked your destination yet?
Nah, I have a couple in mind. Depends on the length I want to do too.
With that being said, that tells me something else about another show might not be happening that week.
Oh, it would be happening that week.
You sure?
It wouldn't be early. It wouldn't be a Monday cruise, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, the week after that might be I might not be up to par. I may be on the show, but I might be, a little worn down.
I'm gonna table that until we get to that point. You got some wild ideas right about now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This should be a fun one. Something that happened earlier today while I was watching Snowman in the morning, this came across my phone, so I had to look at it. So Powell gets traded from the Clippers to the Heat. John Collins is traded as well in a 3-team trade. This is what happens. The Clippers, Jazz, and Heat agreed to a trade that sends Norman Powell to Miami, John Collins to Los Angeles, and Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a 2027 second-round pick from the Clippers to the Utah Jazz.
Utah just don't care. Just bring me all the players, huh?
Well, you can't say they ain't make no type of moves. Like you can say that.
They're making moves. But are these moves that are gonna positively affect the team or just keep the status quo with different people?
I don't see it keeping the status quo. they should improve.
Okay.
Especially with the two drafters that they got, Ace Bailey from Rutgers, and then somebody that I knew very well, Walter Clayton Jr. from the University of Florida.
I will say this. My man from Philadelphia gave Ace Bailey the work. All the work. And nothing but the work.
Man, it happens.
In summer league. So, showing number one, defensively, Ace Bailey got a ways to go.
Yep. And lucky for me, I don't really watch summer league like that. So,
well, because the importance to me of summer league is this, y'all. You see young guys and guys trying to get in the league versus young guys and guys trying to get in the league, right? So we talk about rookies and impact and everything. If Edgecombe is dogging dudes in the summer league, not saying he's going to dog people like that in the regular season because you're going to have different defenses, but it gives you a chance to see where he ranks it versus other undrafted dudes still trying to find a team, and guys that are rookies as well. So it's for me, that's the importance and the interest in watching summer league.
That's a very good point.
Because you could be the best player in summer league and get out there and get dog walked once you get to the NBA with the veterans. But you know what I'm saying?
You can be the worst player in summer league, but as soon as the real season happens, everybody know your name.
And you might be better because you're now surrounded by better talent. That's another big piece. Like, this just gives you a glimpse of what they can do as the main talent. But when they get on their team, you may already have talent, so you're the third, fourth, fifth option. So it's going to be easy to get your 10, 12, 15 points a game when you're not the number one option.
But yeah, right. I probably should pay attention to summer league if I'm
hey man,
doing
I don't tell people what to pay attention to, what not pay attention to, but that's why I look at it.
Especially with what's going on with the Magic, I probably should pay attention, but we'll see.
It's a good trade though. I think everybody got some value.
But yeah, it's a decent trade. I can't say much. I want to see how it works out. And to your point, see how this works out. Yeah. Norman Powell to Miami. Interesting. I ain't know Norman Powell was up for grabs, but Miami got themselves a shooter to replace Duncan Robinson, who took off to Detroit and a signing trade. Miami.
They need to try anymore.
Pat Riley, what are you doing? What are you doing, Pat Riley?
It was good.
You're not in these stages no more. It's not going to work anymore. You got to do something different.
No Jimmy Neutron.
He coaching no more. Just saying.
That's true.
And then let's talk WNBA All-Stars. We ain't talking about it last week because I ain't really dive into it. But your starters, first off, your two captains, Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier. Of course, when you let fans vote, of course they're gonna vote for a player who has barely played even half the games this season. And Caitlin Clark, if we're gonna be objective about it. She missed 8 games already. They played 18, so she only played in 10 games, and she's a all-star captain. This is what happens when you let fans vote. Because fans don't vote on who is deserving. They vote on the people that they know.
This is true. This is very true.
And secondly, Napheesa Collier rightfully deserved to be a captain because who is the front runner for MVP? And it's not close at the moment. It's not even close at the moment.
I don't know, man. Asia got some help now.
I say at the moment. As we
think it's right now, not be as much of a foregone conclusion right now as you believe.
I didn't say it's a foregone. I say at the moment.
I don't
as we stand right now.
I think it's a little tighter. It's not net booty type, but I think it's not loose booty.
Aaliyah Boston's a starter. Ricky Pace Becker's a starter. That means people in Dallas are loving what they're seeing, even though the wings don't look great.
Facts.
Your girl, Alicia Gray, all-star starter,
Mm-hmm.
the quietest player in the league, but give you 20 on you whenever she wants to.
And you can't not give her the spot because you know she deserves it. Don't play.
She just go give you 20 and don't even say nothing about it. You'd be like, this chick really does bust 20 on us.
And I want to say, I like the way that they do the All-Star game, WNBA for the women. Like you had the pools and then you pick, because you don't have a real separation of East and West. Right? You have East, you have West, but the playoffs is all one. So it makes more sense for them to do it because you can get certain names and certain team players play together that you may not be able to get any other way. I hope Caitlin Clark picks Angel Reese. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Lord. Sabrina Nescu and Brianna Stewart from the New York Liberty.
Both deserving.
Yeah, deserving, and I'll get to them later. Neka Gumake. Satu Sabli.
Did you see how Neka found out?
No, I did not see how Neka found out.
Shanae video called her and told her.
Oh, they let the sister do it.
Yes.
Oh, man, I'm mad I missed that. Damn it.
She did it after, it was either before or after one of the shows that she's on. The one she's on with Elle Duncan. It was all three of them. They video chatted her and told her that she was a starter.
And of course, the queen of the WNBA, Miss Asia Wilson.
The queen. All hail the queen.
Well, I feel like, one, you said that correctly, and two, that was a subtle shot at me on another show at the same time.
It actually wasn't a shot at you this time.
Jeez. That's the starters. Let's go to the reserves. Man, these rookies in Washington, Sonia St. Charles and Kiki Iriefant. Oh, my goodness.
They ain't started, but they got there.
They are balling in Washington. You got to give them love where they need to be loved at.
Yep, the missing link in Vegas is there too. The missing link from Vegas.
Skylar Diggins is in the building for the All-Star. Ryan Howard made it.
Yep, she found out at practice too. Coach told her.
I was interested on this one. Okay, Ryan Howard got in.
I'm not surprised. As long as they ain't playing the Dallas Wings, I'm not surprised.
You in Dallas. You about to be on cold side.
Right, it don't make no sense. Anybody but them is be good, but them it's like, nah, just don't even show up.
Kelsey Mitchell. Can't argue that one. When Caitlin Clark has been out, Kelsey Mitchell has been filling up the score, but
yeah,
can't argue that one. I mean, Kelsey Plum.
The missing link from Vegas.
Kelsey Plum just. You goddamn right, she the missing link from Vegas.
Remember what I told you? I say last year, second best player. People scoffed.
But that trade for Elijah Smith, they might be very useful for them, though. That might be very useful. And I like how Becky Hammond put her in the starting lineup. I want to see that going forward and see how that works out with her in the starting lineup with Asia Wilson. The aforementioned Angel Reese.
I did get that one away. My fault, y'all.
I'm glad everybody can shut up now because it's like, oh, they was complaining that she wanted to start. I'm like,
well, then there was either complaining that she wasn't a starter or the channeling my snowman there, the Clark sexuals were she's a starter. Angel Reese is blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, Angel Reese wasn't going to be a starter, but
I'm like, she's gonna make the team. She's gonna be an all-star. She isn't gonna be a starter. I mean, when you say starter, that's like you're one of the best.
And the thing is, it's hard to do that when your team's not playing well and You're still working on your offensive game. You can't be the best like that.
Alyssa Thomas from the Phoenix Mercury joining Satu Sably in the All-Star game. Caleb Thornton.
This is Playmaker's girl right here, y'all.
I miss that girl so much, man. I don't think y'all understand how much I miss Caleb Thornton wearing the New York Liberty uniform right about now. But she's balling her ass off out in Golden State. Good gracious.
That's it, because injuries. Really?
We only got one injury. That's the problem.
It's an important injury, though, isn't it?
It's looming very important.
If it's important.
Courtney runs of the Minnesota Lynx. Gabby Williams from the Seattle Storm. Seattle got 3.
I like Gabby Williams. She's a hooper. I like her.
Gabby Williams is reminding me of the early days of Klay Thompson. Watch how y'all pass the ball around her. And I'm referring to a certain game that took place. She's a female version of Klay Thompson. She can put buckets on you if she want to, but she gonna make sure she dig your ass up too.
That's important.
And then from the Las Vegas Aces, Jackie Young.
I like that, Drew. Check it.
So you sat here and said you want Caitlin Clark to pick Angel Reese. That would be, if she does that, I'm hopping straight on social media. I want to see how everybody gonna react.
Oh, she's gonna pick her. I believe she's gonna pick her.
I don't want to see how everybody react.
It'll probably be one of the later picks, but I believe she's gonna pick her.
No, because they're gonna pick the starter first.
That's what I'm saying. But it'll probably be like it won't be her first bench pick, but I think she's gonna pick her.
So I'm looking for, and here's the interesting part. The coach for Team Clark is Minnesota Lynx coach Cheryl Reeves. The coach for Napheesa Collier's team is Cindy Brondella of the New York Liberty.
Yeah. Be her. We're talking about the coaches.
That I was like,
had to be.
Why do they do it that way? It makes it very interesting though. Which means Cheryl Reeves got to go against her best player in the All-Star game.
We'll add a little intrigue.
Oh, this is going to get very. You have three Fever players. You have 3 Storm players. You have 2 Liberty players. You have 2 Dream players. You have 2 Washington Mystics players and 2 Mercury players. Is everybody gonna be able to team up together?
Nah, you playing against some of your teammates. So,
matter of fact, Caitlin Clark first pick gonna be Aaliyah Boston. I guarantee you. I'm putting it out there right now. Caitlin Clark first pick gonna be Aaliyah Boston.
Shoot, if she picked first, my first pick would be Asia Wilson, teammate or not.
Her ass is picking Aaliyah Boston.
Fudge
now, Napheesa Collier first pick is going to be Asia Wilson.
I think for me, I understand that's your teammate. That's Asia Wilson. You trying to win? You don't pick Asia Wilson first. I don't feel like you're trying to win this game. I'm just saying.
Me and you, we damn sure picking Asia Wilson first.
I mean, as Aaliyah Boston, your homegirl, you might can get her second. For me, your first pick, if you have the first pick, which I don't know which one of them do yet, but if you have the first pick and you don't pick Asia Wilson, I can't take you serious as a picker of players any longer.
Then again, Napheesa Collier is already inside presence, so she might go Sabrina Nescu first pick to get her guard.
For me. For me. Again, for me.
I know for you. I'm just thinking. I'm like, do you really want to go 2 4s out the gate? You can. Won't be a problem. But you know you're gonna need somebody that can counter Caitlin Clark. So, matter of fact, that's even if Caitlin Clark plays an All-Star game. Now that I'm thinking about it,
I was just about to say it might be another All-Star that's appointed to play for instead of Caitlin Clark.
Matter of fact, Caitlin Clark, don't you play in this damn game? You come back after the All-Star break.
Nah, she's gonna do the she can do like Joel Embiid. Got that playing.
No, don't you play in this All-Star game. Now, if you come back and play before the All-Star break, then I'll shut up.
Yeah. But if you're still out, you saying just sit out. I got you.
No, don't you even touch the All-Star game.
Don't be one of them people. If you can't play before, just I'm with that.
So I'm glad that came back to my head. Because I'm like, Indiana looking good without Caitlin Clark. I don't know if you want to rush her back. All-Star game coming up. Sit this one out. Now, and then you know the other problem is the All-Star game is in Indianapolis. That's the other problem.
She's playing.
It's in Indianapolis.
Yeah, she's gonna play. Now she might not play a lot of minutes, but she's gonna play. You're right. It's in Indianapolis. She's playing.
I don't need you getting hurt even more.
Or but like we would say, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Shout out to Snowman though. Hey, see, he's been on his game lately. I'll give him that. He's been on his game lately.
I watched him a few times.
He's been on his game lately. He took my advice and he's been on his game lately. Nothing crazy. So kudos to the Snowman. All right. Quick break here. And when we come back, we'll dive into the NBA offseason. But a quick break here. Yeah. 99 cents per month for the first 2 months of Paramount Plus, the summer deal from Paramount Plus. Now, y'all might want to get on that because at the end of this week, that deal goes away. So you have to the 13th to take advantage of paying pretty much $2 for Paramount Plus for 2 months. I don't know what made Paramount Plus do that, but darn. If I want a sponsor, if they want one of my sponsors, I would have took advantage of it. But one of my sponsors already got Paramount Plus. I don't know. Cool. You might can take advantage of that. Not but $2.
I have Paramount Plus.
I actually love Paramount Plus too. So
honestly, I don't even really watch it.
I
watch a lot of anime, so I be on Crunchyroll and stuff too.
Yeah. I've been binging Hawaii Five-0 and CSI New York lately. Before that, diving back into some Avatar, The Last Airbender, and The Last Airbender. I don't know. Maybe we can go back and revisit some of the old stuff we used to watch when we was growing up. But it pretty much is on Paramount Plus. But yeah, take advantage of it. 99 cents for the first 2 months with Paramount Plus. Deal ends July 13th. Take advantage of it while you can. The link is in the show notes, so you just go to the show notes, go down to Paramount Plus, click that link, and yeah, you'd be good to go. 99 cents per month for the first 2 months. All right. NBA all-season talk. Thought about this because I saw a lot of things going on, and I'm like, you know what? Let's have a little fun today. Feel like we can have some fun today. So, who won the NBA offseason? Now, my co-host probably looking at me saying, well, who are my choices? Well, choice number 1 is the Houston Rockets. Traded for Kevin Durant, signed Dorian Finney-Smith to a 4-year, $53 million contract, signed Clint Capella to a 3-year, $21 million contract. They are bringing back Fred VanVleet on a 1-year deal, and they extended Jabari Smith for $122 million. Obviously, we talked about this team. We said they are making moves to win now, and we'll see how that goes with Kevin Durant now aboard and the new pieces that they have added with the Houston Rockets. You still kept Amon Thompson. You still kept Şengün. You re-signed Steven Adams, so you have a nice core there that you already got. So Houston has done some things. Option 1. Option 2. That'll be the Orlando Magic. Traded for Desmond Bane. Still don't know how I feel about that trade. Not the Desmond Bane part, but what we gave up for him. We bring back Mo Wagner for a 1-year, $5 million deal, as he's still recovering from an ACL tear. We bring in Tyrese Jones, who was a former teammate of Desmond Bane in Memphis. Now they team together in Orlando. Draft picks Jace Richardson from Michigan State and Noah Pena from International Waves. We also brought in some coaches. Brought in one of the former Dallas assistant coaches, probably one of the most respected coaches in the league, in God Shamar, and Joe Penny from the Milwaukee Bucks, who is part of the Greg Popovich tree. So
I just want to say, anytime we get to say the name God, Sham God, I'm with it.
you with it. So you like this move from the Magic. Good.
I like the name God, Sham God.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great
Option 3. Cool McCain's Denver Nuggets.
Nope. I'm with it. Stop playing.
Traded for Cam Johnson. Got rid of Michael Porter Jr. in the process. You sign back Bruce Brown, who spent time in Detroit.
Veteran minimum signing too.
Veteran. Traded for Jonas Valanciunas. But there's some questions going on about this right now.
Well, I can give you the update on that if you'd like it now or in a few minutes. So the Denver Nuggets said, we traded for you. We're not releasing you. So you come to Denver or you can retire.
And then they signed Tim Hardaway Jr. from the Dallas Mavericks. You have a third team. Do you have a fourth option, playmaker? Yes, I do. And this one's an interesting one. As I went through it, the Atlanta Hawks. Traded for Kristaps Porzingis. And quite frankly, didn't even give up that much. When I looked at the trade, I'm like, interesting. They signed Nickeil Alexander-Walker from the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think that's a big loss for the Minnesota. And they signed Luke Kennard from the Memphis Grizzlies, a sharpshooter, to pair with Trae Young. So you have the Houston Rockets, you have the Orlando Magic, you have the Denver Nuggets, and you have the Atlanta Hawks. Cool McCain. Who would you say on paper? Because we can't really evaluate them until the season starts and we get to see them all together. But on paper, who's been the most impressive off season?
Surprise, everyone. I'm picking the Denver Nuggets.
No.
So let me explain why. Is this a little bit of a homer pick? Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. But at the same time, you get rid of Michael Porter Jr. in that albatross of a contract that he has not lived up to in a Denver Nuggets uniform. You get some cap relief, and all you have to give up is also him and a 2032 first-round pick. That brings you back Cam Johnson, who is to me, a better version of Michael Porter Jr. And you think about, what are you talking about, Cool McCain? Michael Porter Jr., blah. Okay, all that aside, what are you asking him to do as a Denver Nugget? You're asking him to play some defense, shoot some threes, and move the ball. The difference between Cam Johnson is he's going to move the ball. Michael Porter Jr. at times becomes a black hole with the basketball. You pass the ball to him, a shot goes up. It's not always a good shot, but a shot goes up. So I think Cam Johnson is going to have a better basketball IQ for the team game that Denver wants to play. All right, so you make that move. Tim Hardaway Jr. signing, I think, is good for what he does. He's a spark off the bench. He'll have some games where you say, why did you trade for him? He's had that everywhere he's at. But he's also had some games where you say, that's why we traded for him. And as long as you have more of those than the why we trade for him, that's not a bad move for Denver. Valanciunas, on paper, the backup we've never had for Giannis. Not Giannis, for Jokic. So now you bring in the guy to be the backup for him, a veteran guy who understands how to play 20 minutes a game. Jokic has never had a backup where he could sit out for 10, 15 minutes a game, right? They can play about a few minutes together if they need to, depending on the lineup. But Jokic may have his lowest usage per game in Lord knows how many years, right? So you bring all those pieces in, and then you bring back a guy who fit like a glove in Denver, and Bruce Brown, a known commodity in Denver. We know how to use him there. His versatility will be exploited and used to his fullest potential. So I think with what you still have, and you're adding the pieces to fix the holes in the roster, depth. I've been pining all thing that we needed somebody that's versatile that can play like 1, 2, 3. Tim Hardaway Jr., Bruce Brown can do that. Bruce Brown can also play some power forward. Did it last time, right? Versatility. Backup for Jokic that knows how to play. He can play a similar game. We got that. Cap relief so that we're not in the luxury tax on the second level ceiling where the Denver doesn't want to be. We got all those things done, and we replaced Michael Porter Jr. with a guy that has a similar game but is more of a team-first guy. I don't see how that's not the win of the offseason. And not saying that other teams did not make moves, but I don't see how that's not the win of the offseason, at least so far.
I shouldn't know he was going to say the Denver Nuggets. I should have known that. I should have known that.
If you didn't know that, I'm disappointed.
I should have known. I should know he was going to pick the Denver Nuggets. But
it's not an argument. It's not just no BS.
I just going to say you made valid arguments. You don't stop jumping the gun. Jeez. He made some valid arguments. Now, if Jokic does honor the contract, then yeah, there might be some problems in the West because that means Jokic is
he doesn't have a choice. He has to be let out of the contract to leave. He doesn't have a choice.
You say I'll retire, right?
But if you retire
5 minutes ago,
right? But if you retire, then that means you're not going to be able to come back to the league unless you unretire, and then we're still going to have your rights because they're still going to make the trade happen. And if he, for some reason, decides he's not going to play, or we decide to change our stance and let him out, that gives us like $14 million we can use to go find another center, backup center.
Now, if Valanciunas does buy his contract, that means Jokic is playing less minutes. And I don't think the West wants that.
The West does not want that because that man be in the playoffs looking like he is out of gas. So if you let him get in there and he's still a little spry.
So I don't think they want that. So yes, you made valid points there, sir. You made valid points for your team. I can't argue that.
Of course.
Now, the Atlanta Hawks. You traded for Kristaps Porzingis. Nice trade. A stretch center. A nice pick and pop proposition with Trae Young and Kristaps Porzingis. I can see happening. You bring in the kid Alexander Walker. Okay. Get you a nice 3-and-D type of guy. Do the same similar things that he did in Minnesota. Bring that to Atlanta. Atlanta can use some toughness, and you already got the defensive rookie of the year and and Daniels. So, okay, we got some things going on here in Atlanta. But I don't see Atlanta. You heard Kuma can't talk about the Nuggets. Made some very valid point. Then there's my Orlando Magic. Trade for Desmond Bain. Something that we needed. We needed shooting. We got it from Desmond Bain. And if you don't recall about that trade about what, 3 weeks ago, cool?
Mm-hmm.
And we both, you said Desmond Bain does fit what we are missing, despite what we gave up, but it does fill the need that we had a void in.
Mm-hmm.
You bring back Mo Wagner, which is good. Keep him with his brother. Pablo, we see if Pablo can take the next step. I like the draft pick of Jace Richardson from Michigan State. Very tough player, hard nosed. Doesn't mind having the ball in the crunch moment. So that's something else that's good for us. We brought in some more coaching staff, so I like it. I like what we did. Cool. However, come on now. Cole Johnson is probably celebrating his behind off. The Houston Rockets have won the offseason. You got rid of Jalen Green, who's supposed to be the face of your franchise, but that turned into Ahmad Thompson, as we saw in the playoffs. So you end up keeping him while getting rid of Jalen Green and bring in Kevin Durant. You kept Şengün and you kept Steven Adams. You bring back Fred VanVleet. So your core is intact in Houston. Fred VanVleet, Ahmad Thompson, Şengün, and Steven Adams. Your core is intact, which is not easy to do when you bring in somebody like Kevin Durant. Well, Houston put it off. They literally put it off. So I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. I might have to rethink all this. Houston is not playing games. Now you signed Dorian Finney-Smith for defensive purposes, which makes add more to the defense that you already got because Ime Udoka is a defensive-minded coach. Am I wrong, Kuma Kane?
You're not wrong, sir.
So now you bring in another defensive specialist in the Dorian Finney-Smith. He can get you 10 to 12 a game. He's good for that. But you want him on defensively. And then to back up Şengün and Steven Adams, you bring back a familiar face at Clint Capella, who was down in Atlanta. So what Cool McCain said about having Valanciunas, same can be said for the Rockets. So now they got somebody that they can bring in off the bench, and you still have a presence inside. Might be to a lesser degree, but you still have a presence inside now. And then you extend Jabari Smith Jr. I have to be honest. The Houston Rockets won the offseason thus far. And the West need to be on their P's and Q's. Because this young team now has some veteran leadership, ain't playing games. And then, by the way, Cole Johnson will be back starting next week. And I'm probably going to have to hear from him in all this because I'm gloating about the Houston Rockets out of all teams. So, yes, Houston, stand up. The West has a problem, and it's the Houston Rockets.
Got more than one problem in the West.
We know about the Denver Nuggets. They are NBA champions.
I wasn't even talking about Denver.
We know about the Clippers who, for some reason, decided to re-sign James Harden, but so we know they're still going to be kept at what, the second round, most likely?
Most likely the first round.
The Lakers still got LeBron James and Luka Doncic, so we can't merely dismiss them, even though we would love to.
They have to have a center, and they did go out and get
DeAndre
Ayton, but that doesn't move the needle really for me.
Golden State, however, full offseason with Jimmy Butler at the helm now. We'll see what Steph Curry looks like and Jimmy Butler, but they have a full offseason together now. So we'll see how that rolls.
That could be dangerous.
We'll see what Minnesota look like with one of their less core players now, who is now down in Orlando, as I just mentioned earlier. But you still got Ant-Man. If Dallas is healthy, if the Mavs are healthy, they are a problem. You got Kyrie, who I don't know. Kyrie might be missing the whole season as well because he did suffer an Achilles injury as well.
Yeah, he pretty much. Somebody asked him, was he going to be back for the playoffs? And he was like, "Yeah, don't."
No, I knew he wasn't going to be back for the playoffs, but
yeah, he was
we'll
like,
see.
"Don't hope."
Kyrie, Anthony, and you drafted Cooper Flag with the number 1 overall pick. So, but the surprise of the season last year was the Houston Rockets, because we did not see the Houston Rockets be the number 2 seed in the West. Matter of fact, I don't even think we had Houston. Did we even have Houston making the playoffs?
I think we had them in the play-in.
We had them in the play-in, but not the playoffs.
I mean, most people consider the play-in the playoffs. You know. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying most.
I ain't gonna say you shouldn't either. So, to each his own on this one. I'm gonna put it like that. To each his own on this one.
I'm gonna let you make your own decision on how that rolls.
We ain't gonna agree or disagree with you either way.
My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
But my point is, Houston exceeded everybody's expectation.
They did.
Thoroughly.
They did. I just feel like when you add like a Kevin Durant, that can really change the dynamic of your team. And that may take some time for those young guys to adjust to that, which could push Houston down on the chart of positioning for the playoffs.
You're right.
We know Kevin Durant is going to do what he does.
But here's my pushback. It's the offseason, so they have the time to get that time together.
But these young guys, guys have been in the league 3 years or less. The offseason doesn't help them gel as a team. You have to get the games. Now, if you got a veteran team, then you're absolutely right, in my opinion, of course. This is only opinion. But I think it's going to take time for them to adjust to having Kevin Durant. The media storm he's going to bring, the constant questions, all the other things that are going to come with having a player of Kevin Durant's caliber on the team. And it may take some time. I'm not saying it's not going to gel. I'm just saying it may take some time. So it may push them a little further down the rankings to start the season. Maybe harder for them to get to one of those top 3-4 spots, which may put them on the road in the playoffs. That could be difficult because, a lot of times in the West, 3 games will put you from 1st to 6th. So,
2 games will put you from 1st to 7th.
Yeah. Fair enough.
At one point, you're on the top of the rest, and then 2 days later, you at the bottom. That's that fast.
You don't have to tell me. You do not have to tell me, sir.
But yeah. If y'all thought I was going to pick my Magic, I'm sorry that I disappointed y'all.
I didn't think you were going to pick your Magic. I thought you were going to pick Houston.
But I am picking Houston. I'm sorry.
No, that's what I thought you were going to pick. I'm not surprised.
There's no way I could not pick Houston. Okay. But I did throw the question out there to the people. And 61% Houston. My Magic ain't get no votes whatsoever.
No votes. I was like, dang. Well, if it makes you feel better, we only got 16% according to the people. And I think it's shock value, though. I think it's name recognition. You know the name of Kevin Durant. You're like, oh, Durant's on the Rockets, and the other Rockets are going to win a championship because they're Kevin Durant. And it's like that could be part of it, but we're going to have to see like the gelling of everybody. Everybody's roles changed. Now everybody's one more notch down.
And then the Atlanta Hawks got 22% of the votes.
Which is crazy to me because all they did was get a dude that don't hardly play in Kristaps Porzingis. Like, my man, like, let's be honest, y'all. Like, how much is Porzingis going to actually play next year?
That is the question for the Atlanta Hawks to figure out.
You know what I'm saying? So how you get 22% of the vote and the main piece that you added was a guy that's Street Clothes Brigade. Come on now.
Which is actually more interesting how my Magic not getting no votes because the Hawks didn't even touch the playoffs and the Magic was like the top 4 seed in the playoffs.
Over reaction to Not bad, but not great moves. But it's okay, man. Kevin Durant's the name. That's who everybody knows. So there's always going to be 50+%.
But see, my thing is you kept your core and got Kevin Durant. It was just the most amazing part about it. You didn't break up your core. When you do a move like that, you break up your core. They were able to keep the core.
That was impressive. Again, I'm not saying that's not a valid point, but I'm telling you, when you see a team struggling because they ain't got no depth that they can trust, and then they go get the depth that they need. Every move doesn't have to be the sexy move. Durant's the sexy move. And that's what everybody's glazing on.
There you go. Doing some NBA offseason discussions. Just to let you know, I ain't forget about my NBA.
No, he never does.
All right, now commercial break. When we come back, the WNBA, and I might have to let some frustration out.
Welcome to Ringside Chaos. Thing with Tony Khan now being in talks to buy WWE, I'm going to be honest with you. I spoke to this with Ricky Litwinkowicz, aka the Master of Mayhem, and he honestly believes that me talking about Tony Khan buying WWE is basically I'm kind of wasting my time because Ricky believes it's never going to happen. Okay. Now, a wrestling fan that's been super supportive of Brody Lee as a wrestler and everything that WWE could have done with him and, everything that he could have shown and, offered for the wrestling business. For me, I wasn't just a fan of Brody Lee himself, like in character. I strongly respected him, as a human being. Like, I had a lot of respect for Jonathan Huber. That's Mr. Brody Lee's real name. So basically, I had a lot of respect for Brody Lee, Luke Harper, and of course, Mr. Jonathan Huber. Ladies and gentlemen, Ringside Chaos is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
WWE Shop is your online source for all things WWE. Be a part of the excitement and score wrestling gear for big events like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. From current superstars to legends, from Raw to SmackDown to NXT. Don't miss this chance to shop for the most awesome WWE merch. Shop for the best deals as well as WWE gift cards and save big on your favorite items. WWE Shop at Fanatics Experience.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there, seen LA Knight. Oh, okay. And then LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel.
That's right. In about 2 hours and 15 minutes, the two of us will be heading over to the other side on wrestling. And if you ain't catch my snippet earlier, one of us might be going off tonight. If not both of us. Especially the week that is finna be in wrestling. So yes. Playmakers Ball Network YouTube channel as well, along with the Real Play Callers Sports channel as well on YouTube. Monarchs of Wrestling. A loaded week of wrestling coming up. So don't miss it. You might get your viral moment of the week from one of us. That's the thought. Anything you want to add?
No, sir.
You sure?
I'm gonna leave it right there with what you said, sir.
All right. WNBA. The weekend recap. Oh boy, this should be fun. Let's go all the way back to Saturday in a game in which Snowman called. I was on there with him in the chat, having fun with him. As the LA Sparks. Cool McCain's second favorite team in the WNBA.
We're not gonna say second favorite team. We're gonna say the team that I enjoy watching the most.
That's what I said second. Because if you want the dream fan, I would say first, because that's the team you're gonna watch regardless.
Yeah, but if I could pick any team to just watch the team, it's gonna be Sparks.
And they took down the Commissioner's Cup champion Fever 89-82. Azura Stevens 21-12. Kelsey Plum 23-3. Got their 6th win of the season. Hey, did I see Rakia Jackson pick up Kelsey Plum like she didn't weigh nothing?
Yes, you did, sir. Yes, you did.
I was like, well, damn. Rakia got some strength.
With a case strong.
Beauty and strong. Jeez. But hey, the Sparks, they was like, man, we're going to get physical with y'all. And they was getting physical with the Fever.
Very true.
I think for the Fever to get to where they want to get to, y'all got to be physical consistently.
Yeah.
That's even when Caitlin Clark comes back. I mean, I need Caitlin Clark to come back and get physical because they coming to be physical with y'all.
You need to come back and start saying, let's get physical. Physical.
Like, I need her on the phone with Steph Curry and talk to Steph Curry. Like, what happened? What was the change? Because when Steph Curry started winning the championship, that's because he got physical. He's like, you know what? Y'all gonna stop trying to push me around.
Steph said he ain't about to help her. He gonna help his god sister.
Well, I mean, that's what the Raptors did to him when they beat him the first meeting. They was physical with Caitlin Clark. That's when Caitlin Clark had one of her worst shooting performances ever. Yeah, we're gonna be physical with you. You're gonna have to earn these. And I mean, they got the coach. Stephen Ray is a physical coach. I mean, we're talking about the Kinetic Suns. I mean, if those who paid attention, the Kinetic Suns was a very physical team. To beat them, you had to be physical. And that's why the New York Liberty was able to get past them every single time. You got to get physical with this team. It's nice that Caitlin Clark can shoot the long ball better than anybody in the league, but Cool McCann can tell you, when you get physical on the shooter, what happens?
Them shots don't seem to fall as easily.
So, Indiana, pick your physicality up. That's why you're 9-9 through 18 games. Pick your physicality up. Aaliyah Boston, get physical. Get physical, and you'll be on something. So, a good win for the Sparks on the road, getting that dub. Speaking of the State Valkyries, they was in Minnesota. And I think that's all I need to say on that one. Ricardo, 21-6. Cool. This is unusual for Cool to be sit here and be quiet.
Sometimes you gotta just be quiet.
What more? I told y'all Minnesota's on a revenge tour. Well, I can't really call this a revenge tour because Golden State wasn't around last year.
Anybody can get it though. Minnesota is anybody can get it. They clap it to everybody, whether he was here or not. Anybody can get it. That's Minnesota this year.
16-2.
Anybody can get it.
16-2. And the thing is, the team that they want most, they don't see until August. Speaking of which, that team that they want to see the most is this team right here. The New York Liberty hosted the Seattle Storm in. Do your job first, D. Do your job first. All right. The Seattle Storm had 5 players scoring double figures. 4 of the 5 was on the screen. Nneka Ogwumike gave you 15, 7, and 4. Gabby Williams gave you 16, 7, and 5. Magdalene gave you 14, 6, and 3. And Diggins gave you 13 and 6.
That's a dangerous Seattle team. This team right here, with people scoring like that, danger. What my man Mystical say, danger. It's a dangerous team.
Do you see that third quarter? Do you see the third quarter?
See that third quarter. You might as well put yourself full screen. Go and say what you got to say. I know you got something to say.
Ever since John Kerr Jones got injured and we started off 9-0, we've been 3-6 the next 9 games. 2 ass whoopings by the Storm, by the way. And yes, I'm calling that an ass whooping because we got, you don't believe? Let me tell you why I call that an ass whooping. We were outscored 38-26 in the second half. We put up 26 points in the second quarter by itself. Sabrina had a hell of a first half. 20 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. She was on a triple-double watch. Do you want to know what she finished with for the game?
Please enlighten us.
Let me bring it up for you. Because I was cool. I was tweeting my butt off during the first half.
I saw a couple of your tweets.
You ain't seen nothing in the second half, did you, though?
No, sir.
Mm-hmm. There was a reason for that.
Yes, sir.
Let me give you Sabrina Ionescu's final statistic, right? 25 and 4 was her first half stats, right? This is what she finished with. 22, 9, and 6. Know what I mean? She did in the second half. She gave you 2 points in the second half. She gave you 4 rebounds in the second half, and she gave you 2 assists in the second half. But I do have another R-star on that team, right? Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna give her. I'm gonna give her the respect that she deserves. I do have a 3-time champion on my roster, correct? I do have a 3-time champion in Brianna Stewart, correct?
Miss Stewie, yes, sir.
8 points on 4 for 17 shooting.
It's not good.
This is Brianna Stewart we're talking about here. 4 for 17. For 8 points. Three and 6 since being 9-0. And we haven't even seen Minnesota yet. We don't see them till next month. And all 3 games are next month, by the way. And they are on a revenge tour. They are kicking everybody's ass. I mean, my Liberty right now, without John Kerr Jones, we look slow. We look dead. We look terrible. Matter of fact, Cool McCain. What happened down in the ATL when the Liberty came to visit a Dream?
Dream put in a little work. put in a little work.
Going in, there was two teams Cool McCain didn't like when it comes to the dream. One of them was the Dallas Wings, which he talked about earlier, and the other was the New York Knicks, because every time they played New York, it was an L coming on right on rip. Until that game. Matter of fact, we actually previewed that game, and he was thinking they was going to lose that game.
I was wrong about that one, but I wasn't wrong about Dallas.
We looked this slow in Atlanta.
Yeah. John Quill means a lot to y'all.
It looked like Atlanta was playing 3 speeds more than us.
Yeah, them ladies was moving that game. They was.
You want to tell you how I know? Brianna Jones dropped 21 on us. No, I didn't say Alicia Gray. No, I did not say Ryan Howard. I ain't even say Brittany Griner. I said Brianna Jones. I said it, then I'm going to say it again. If Brianna Jones out here going to get a dream 20-plus points, everybody watch out.
That's facts. That's facts. If your fourth scorer going to give you that many, that's facts.
We look terrible right now.
A double-double, then you really going to be in trouble.
We look terrible right now. But lucky for us, we started off 9-0, so we only 12-6 on the season.
Yeah.
That'll be the only pushback I get from a Cool McCain and the Cole Johnsons of the world and the other Liberty fans of the world. We're 12-6. I get it. But damn it, if one injury is doing this to us, we have a problem. We have a serious problem here. One injury. The one of famous is back. She's back from her European duties. That was the only missing piece. And she ain't look good yesterday.
Different team. It takes some time to reacclimate. A lot of those ladies are going to go through that after the All-Star break.
Now, hopefully, when we get back from the All-Star break, we'll have JJ back.
You definitely going to need her.
Hell, we need her now. And why you think I'm sitting here talking about Kayla Thornton as much as I do?
But if John Quayle wasn't injured, which you can't forecast, Thornton wouldn't be on the floor that much. Just saying.
I'm still waiting on somebody to sign Deja Kelly at this moment in time.
They be signing old girl that we had, Haley, forgot her last name. She be getting signed everywhere and then cut.
Haley Jones.
Yeah, she be getting signed and cut because
I have no idea what has happened to Haley Jones.
She can't score.
Like, is the pro level too much for her?
She looks slow. And her offensively, like
because in Stanford, she was a baller in Stanford.
It might just be processing, right? Like sometimes you get to a new level, take you a little while to process. And the problem with the WNBA is not enough teams to really hang on to somebody who they in that little window, like year 2 to like 4, and you can see some improvement, but it's just not enough. They just don't have the ability to do that right now.
Well, you got
some shots though. They won't get Deja just out there looking fine. Can't get signed.
Well, you got the Toronto Temples coming in. Portland ain't even coming with their name yet. Let's go ahead and bring back the fire and it'll be like that.
I mean, if you've already had a team there, I say just revise that name. Just come back, just revive it. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't need no new name, like you said.
But yes, I am concerned as a Liberty fan right now. Because I know what Cool McCain heard me say this throughout the end. Just even before the season started, I knew Minnesota was gonna be on a revenge tour.
Atlanta want to do something as long as it ain't Dallas. If we had to play Dallas in the playoffs, man, I'd be so mad.
Dallas make the playoffs.
Because they just
By the way, to get off one soapbox, get on another soapbox real quickly, and it's about your dream. Can we do something about your home court? I really hate how y'all court looks.
What's wrong with our court?
It look like a video game court.
That's awesome. What's wrong with that? They different, right? Like, what's wrong with that?
I'm like, are y'all trying to blend in with the court?
You want us to have one of them high school gym courts? Like we can't be unique.
Y'all can be unique. It's Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Make it Atlanta unique.
That's what we're doing.
That is not Atlanta unique. I have seen Atlanta be unique, and that is not the creativity of top
There's
tier
a
Atlanta.
version of creativity. It's just not one that you like, Mister.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but Atlanta is like my second home. So
Atlanta's like my first home.
Charlotte's your first home.
No, I live in Charlotte. Charlotte's not my first home.
As I said, Charlotte's your first home. You live
Charlotte's
there.
not my first home. I care more about Atlanta sports than I do Charlotte. How many teams?
Oh, we know that.
Zero. How many teams are shit from
know.
Atlanta? Dos. I might be going back to Atlanta. We're gonna see how that works out in the next year or so.
Oh Lord. Anyway, back to the WNBA. Now that I got that off my freaking chest.
Feel better?
No. The Las Vegas Aces, they took the trip up to Connecticut to take on the Suns, and that's all I need to say.
That's all you need to say, man. Like I say, my mistake. I forgot about Connecticut. Worst team in the league.
It's not even
used to
close.
them being that bad.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's not even close. Worst team in the league.
And Eliza Smith's first start as an Aces, this way she does 11-10.
Yeah, I like Alyssa Smith.
And the funny thing is, she's the one rebounding. Asia wasn't wanting the rebounding one. Yep. That could be a problem.
Right, because you can't stop both of them.
That might be a problem. If Smith is the one getting the rebounds, that means Asia Willis can run the court. I don't know if y'all want that. I don't know if y'all want the cream running the court and beating y'all down the court. I don't know if y'all want that. But that put the Aces at 9-9. And then the final game, the Chicago Sky. They was in Minnesota. They take on the Lynx. Well, the word going around on social media, Kuma Kane, the refs might have gave Minnesota this game.
I'll tell you one person who will agree with you on that.
Oh, please elaborate, sir.
Angel Reese snapped. Angel Reese said the ref's calls was BS, and she don't give a if she get fined. She was not happy. And honestly, yeah, that was whenever there's controversy involving the refs, to me, that's a problem, whether it helps my team or not, because referees' job is not to determine the outcome. My dad, may he rest in peace, used to be a youth referee for high school and stuff like that. And I used to go to some of the things with him when I was young. Like I go sit in the referee meetings from him. I mean, you sitting there, so you might as well listen a little bit. And you learn about the rules and different things. And one of the things they always tell you is you don't want to be what's being talked about at the end of the game on any level. And the refs were definitely being talked about a lot during it for this game at the end of the game. And that's not the move, right? So I'm not going to go into right or wrong. I'm going to say, as I said earlier, I'm not going to argue with Angel Reese for her comments or how she feels. I'm just going to say the refs should not be what's talked about at the end of the game. It should be the play on the field, and that's in any sport. But the refs are what's being talked about for this game, so that says what all you need to say.
Which is interesting because we were talking about a Minnesota team that I just said is on a revenge tour.
Mm-hmm. You got some help.
And they was at home, too. Oh, and by the way, Angel Reese still ain't playing with y'all. She grabbed 17 boys. 17 boys when you have Napheesa Collier and Elena Smith, the one guarding her in the inside.
But playmaker, those are just me bounds, remember?
I don't know. Those weren't no damn rebounds. I can tell you that.
Sarcastic, sir, of
Oh, I
course.
know. Oh no, I know. I'm saying them to the people that was like, yeah, all them me. No, there weren't no rebounds. I can guarantee you, tell you that.
They wasn't giving up no me bounds. She
And
worked
plus,
for them.
and plus, you don't get opposite rebounds against Minnesota.
Nah. Minnesota, you work whatever you get, you don't work for.
So, matter of fact, I know there's probably a couple of assholes listening in right now. So let me go ahead and do the real job for you. Because they only lost by 5. You don't lose by 5 in Minnesota. You get blown out. Angel Reese, 16, 17, 6. What did she shoot from the field? She shot 7 for 16 from the field. And she had 10 defensive rebounds. Again, more defensive rebounds than offensive rebounds. Now, I need to figure out what the head coach is doing, because why is Haley Van Lake only getting 4 minutes? When you play Haley Van Lake, y'all was winning. You gave her 4 minutes.
Some of these numbers are above the coach's head.
4 minutes. 4 minutes. And look here, you telling me Angel Reese got 17 rebounds by herself. Napheesa Collier had 7. Bridget Carlton had 5. Elena Smith had 2. Angel Reese had more rebounds than the entire front line of the Minnesota Lynx combined. You don't do that to Minnesota. So my Angel Reese haters, y'all want to still be hating, please go ahead and feel free to be hating, because that woman there is playing ball. She just with an organization just like the Chicago Bears and the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Blackhawks. They don't know what the hell they doing as an organization.
No really argument there.
But shout out to Courtney Williams, though, who was the star of the game with 25, 8, and 6. Somebody stepped up outside of Napheesa Collier, which is good for Minnesota.
It's good for their long-term prospects.
But yes, the refs, some are saying you gave Minnesota a game. You probably shouldn't even have to give it to them, because it's Minnesota we're talking about here. Now, for the upcoming games to come tonight, for the first time, the Dream and the Valkyrie get together in the ATL. And then later on, the Wings take on the Mercury up in Phoenix. Now, Cool McCain, the first ever look at the Valkyries. What you expecting?
Dogfight. This is a tight record-wise, and the Valkyries got some hoopers. Some young girls, and they gonna run. So this ain't gonna be one of them games where we're talking about the Dream outran somebody. They better make sure they don't get outran. Atlanta should be able to pull out a win here against not Dallas. You know what happens with Dallas. But I think not having played them before, there could be some, little things that they do that Atlanta's not prepared for. But I'm gonna go with Atlanta. But I would not be surprised if Golden State were to, I'm not gonna call it upset, but get the win.
This should be an interesting game.
But it will be a good game. You ain't got nothing to do tonight, or you got some free time, tune in. It's gonna be juicy.
First ever meeting
in the A on the video game floor.
Yeah. They play some. They play some defense, man. Jeez, Golden State play some defense.
They do. They do.
Alicia Gray might have to go off because the way they play defense, Ryan Howard might struggle.
Alicia Gray and Ryan Harrow are gonna have to do their thing at times. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be who they keying on. The other one gonna have to get off. Ryan Howard gonna have to have a strong game. We can't do that. We had a couple of good games. We got on the All-Star team, so now you know what I'm saying? No, we're gonna have to play tonight. We're gonna have to play.
If y'all already know, Kuma can't want this game.
I want this game. I want every game. But I know we're not getting them against Dallas, so I need the others. Good grief.
So he's trying to find wins. That's not Dallas right about now.
I'm just done picking against Dallas against us. Like they just got our number. Like they just got our number.
We're gonna see what the Dallas wins look like against Phoenix. Paige Beckers is balling, man. She's balling better than Caitlin Clark did in her rookie year. Jeez.
But she don't get the hype because she's never mind.
And we try to tell y'all people this.
It's a whole conversation behind it that there's a whole conversation.
Y'all didn't even know Kate. Y'all knew about Paige Beckers before y'all knew about Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
And the injury is the reason why y'all end up learning about Caitlin Clark.
This is very true. But yeah.
But now it looks like them injuries ain't taking a toll on Paige Beckers no more, and she is hooping with the pros.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is with Paige Beckers. Can I say it?
No, Lord. I don't want you to, but go ahead.
Paige Beckers is in a relationship with a former teammate.
Yeah.
And that's why no one's been talking about Paige Beckers. That's why.
What can I say? That's Monday. Tuesday. Angel Reese is visiting the Capitol to take on the Mystics at 11:30 a.m. Those of you who want to know why, it's camp day for them. Okay. Camp day is for the kids. So early tip off for the kids.
That makes sense. I was wondering that myself, honestly.
I don't know if you remember last year when I went off that one episode, it was because they had like every game, like 11:30. I'm like, even the big games. I'm like, what the heck? How y'all expect to get viewers? Y'all have every game at this time.
Right.
This year they did it differently. You got the one game there, and then the nightcap, a rivalry renewed. West versus East. Your last two champions facing off the Aces and the Liberty in New York. Don't you even say it, because yes, I'm in the same boat as you. I want the hell out of this game, goddammit. I need something good to look forward to. And damn it, it's on ESPN at 8 o'clock tomorrow. This is nationally televised, damn it.
Tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad.
Hell, the game against Seattle was never televised too. That was on CBS. I need my New York Liberty to win this game. The Aces have been up and down. That's why they had a 500 record. So I'm gonna need my Liberty to show up and get this dub, so we can stop this freaking losing streak we got going on. I'm about to say we 3-6 in the last 9 games. I would like to be 4-6 in the last 10.
Makes sense to me.
So please show up for this one. That's Tuesday. And then Wednesday, the Seattle Storm, they are in Connecticut at 11 a.m. for camp day to take on the Connecticut Suns. This would be the worst thing that can happen to me. We get destroyed by the Storm, and somehow the Storm didn't show up for Connecticut. That would be the absolute worst thing that can happen to me right now. Because there's no way the Storm should even be competing against the Suns. They should just do what their name say. They're a Storm. Blow them out the way. Everybody else has. Y'all join the party too. Can y'all do that for me, Seattle? Please. That would actually make the loss on Sunday a little more better. If y'all just destroy the Kinetic Sun.
Will it really make it better to you though?
Hell no. Also, at 12 p.m. at a camp day up in Indianapolis, it is the Fever hosting the Valkyrie.
That's a good camp day game.
Snowman will have that call as he is calling all 44 games for the Indiana Fever.
Of course he is.
So if you can't watch the game, hop over to Snowman Multimedia and listen to him call the game. Which I might end up doing because that's at 12. I get off at 2:30. So by the time I get off, that game will be over. I want to see how Indiana responds to Golden State since they went out to Golden State and they took one on the chin. Now, cool. This is where I have to get back on that dead horse that we've been beating for quite some time. This is where it comes in at. 3:30 is the Minnesota Lynx going to Phoenix, and you telling me this game ain't televised?
There's no reason that this ain't the night game, yo. No reason.
This game is not televised whatsoever.
That's
ESPN, Ion Television, CBS, Prime Video. None one of y'all could get this game.
This is the game y'all don't want. But of course we're gonna get the Fever game. And you knew these two teams were gonna be good, so I don't want to hear nothing about no surprises. You knew these two teams were gonna be very competitive teams. Y'all playing. Then you'd be complaining about who watch and who don't watch and blase this and blase that, but you're not putting the best product out every week. I get the Golden State Indiana game because it's going to be a good game. I get that. But you need to also understand WNBA. Minnesota and Phoenix playing each other needs to be somewhere. If it's on daggone ESPN 8 to Ocho, it need to be on somewhere people can watch it.
Somewhere. Like, you have two of your top half teams going at each other.
And again, you knew they were going to be top teams. This is no surprise. You got to do better. Tired of telling y'all to do better, but you got to do better in WNBA.
There's no
You got all these places that play games. You can't get this game on TV.
And then, if you won't rate so goddamn much, 8 p.m. prime time. This is Pace Beckers going against Angel Reese.
You should have had the Minnesota Phoenix game on that time on TV because this don't need to be no 8 o'clock game.
It shouldn't, but the fact is, you want ratings? Pace Beckers on one side, Angel Reese on the other side. You don't think people want to see that?
I'm not saying that people don't want to see it, but there's not a real rivalry between these two ladies.
It's not. It's the star power. It's the name.
Yeah. I think Minnesota Phoenix would have been a better game to have on because you got star power and you got team success.
What I'm saying is, all three of these games should be televised somewhere.
But if you're gonna televise two, Minnesota and Phoenix has to be the other one. That's what I'm saying.
But Minnesota and Phoenix should definitely be on television.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ion Television, CBS, ESPN, NBA TV. Hell, you could have did it after that. You could have did it right after the Golden State and Indiana game. Put that on NBA TV right afterwards. But people cannot watch a 17-2 team going against a 12-6 team. The madness is real. And this is why we keep harping on this week after week after week. Because we're going to need the WNBA to get their marketing together.
And get your mind right as well.
Oh, by the way, we used to talk about when Paige coming, which is like 2-3 years from now. Matter of fact, I don't even want to go that far. It's Lauren Betts from UCLA is coming up in this upcoming class.
You know, Juju coming.
Fudd from UConn. She's in the 2026 class.
I wonder if she end up in Dallas.
Fly J. Johnson is in the 2026 class. Latasha Smith, who was the leading scorer in the women's college game, she's in the 2026 class. Chloe Kitts from South Carolina, she's a part of the 2026 class.
Shorty, that's from South Carolina, the Caucasian girl.
That's Chloe Kitts. That's what it's called.
I was thinking that. I just want to make sure.
That's Chloe Kitts. I just gave you 5 names that's in a part of the 2026 upcoming class.
Old girl that was in Notre Dame that transferred.
Olivia Miles, who's part of TCU.
She's gonna be in the draft class, and she was the number 2 pick this past year. If she came out, she went back to school. That's a good
Hannah
draft.
Hidalgo has the option to become part of the 2026 class.
Honestly, I think Juju would if it wasn't for this injury.
WNBA, get your marketing together.
Y'all got multiple stars coming in. And I will say one thing a lot of people talk about, WNBA, they don't market people, and Caitlin Clark should be a bigger star and blah, 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 blah. I don't necessarily think it has to be Caitlin Clark being a bigger star or being more supported. I think you have to start highlighting multiple people. You can highlight her above everybody if that's what you want to do, because that's the marketing person. But you got to start getting these other young ladies and marketing them when they're coming in as well. Paige should be getting more hype.
Did we not tell you when the injuries and Caitlin Clark cast coming? We sat here and told y'all, WNBA, get ready because they finna come in waves.
Yes, that was just the beginning.
Are you starting to see? They are coming in waves.
They better go and get 2 more teams after these ones that's coming now.
Oh, they do. They got. Remember, we talked about it last week. You got Cleveland coming in 20.
I know. I'm talking about after them. You better go and get 2 more.
Yeah, bring it down south. How about come down south now? You went west. You can go on east. You going up east now. Come down south now.
And guess what's in the south? Charlotte is in the south.
Hell, you got 3. You got 3 marketing places you want to do in Florida: Jacksonville, Orlando, and Miami.
And to be honest, like, I live in Charlotte, so I see things that you see because you live in Charlotte. And they put out a ad, the Hornets. Basically, their brain trust was going to try to get the Charlotte WNBA team, but they did everything they could, but they weren't selected, and they apologized to the city that they weren't able to bring a WNBA team. And this thread, y'all, hundreds of thousands of people upset because we're not going to have a WNBA team in Charlotte. You know why? The Hornets aren't good. Panthers aren't good. Charlotte doesn't have a team that is successful. I think a WNBA team could have been successful. I get the thing, you only can add so many at a time. But WNBA, when y'all start adding more teams, don't forget about Charlotte. These people need something to cheer for. And you
want to go to cities that already got NBA arenas: Charlotte, Orlando, Miami.
And I honestly think Orlando would be better than than Miami to me, because Orlando's more of a die-hard basketball city. And Miami's more of a, we'll go because, it's Miami and we're doing everything in Miami. But I think Orlando and Charlotte should be the next 2.
So try to tell you, it's coming in waves.
Yeah.
You got your first wave with Caitlin Clark and injuries. Then you got your next wave with Paige Beckers. Now your third wave is coming.
If Paige get hurt, she would have been up there with Angel Reese and what you call it?
Yeah.
Well,
she would definitely have been up there. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, you probably wouldn't even know. You probably wouldn't get this type of hype with Caitlin Clark. Paige Beckers would never got hurt.
Well, her hype would have died down though when they found out about her relationship status, because they don't play that.
They better get over themselves.
They ain't.
That's all I gotta say.
We both know they ain't.
So WNBA, get your marketing together, because they try to tell you they're coming in waves, and they are coming. You have 3 rookies make the All-Star. 3. This is not finna end no time soon. How many from the Nets are gonna make the All-Star? Because they are that damn good too.
I have to start expanding them All-Stars.
So WNBA, do better marketing, please. If you want the viewership, if you want this and that, you gotta market. You gotta put the correct teams on television. You have to utilize your matchups well. Anything you want to add before we get out of here?
In an hour and a half, y'all come on over. Play Caller Sports Talk at Real Play Callers on YouTube, as well as Playmakers Blog. And make sure y'all check out Monarchs of Wrestling, because it's going to be an interesting, fun night. A lot of changes, slowly but surely, but you'll see them. Tonight, it'll be a little different because we got like 80 PLEs. It's going to be happening this weekend / pay-per-views, but it's still be fun time.
Good Lord. I don't got nothing to say. I got something to play.
The Big Ten.
You can say you're not impressed. You can say you're not happy. You can say all these things, but no, whatever the case may be, the Buckeyes are on top of the football world. And it's just where it is.
The SEC.
This proves to you how tough and how stout the SEC is. You can't take off games. I don't care if the team is unranked. You cannot take off games. This is proof right here.
Big 12.
Mike Gundy, show me something. I picked you last year, okay?
The ACC.
Start with the biggest name first. Chapel Bill now. It's no longer called Chapel Hill. It's called Chapel Bill because Bill Belichick is now the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. The CLP rankings, do away with that.
Right.
Do away with it.
Bring down the gridiron on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
In 3 weeks from Wednesday, Bearing Down the Gridiron returns. Myself and Cole Johnson bringing you season 4 of the College Football Podcast. This is going to get a whole lot more fun. If you saw the first 3 seasons, season 4 ain't going to be nothing like it. It's going to be different. Oh, it's going to be real different. July 30th, mark it on your calendar. Bear Down the Gridiron officially returns. And with that being said, as my co-host said earlier, y'all get ready. Y'all got an hour and a half before Monarchs of Wrestling. Until then, that's Cool McCain on the Playmaker. See you next week.
You've done good. You've done great. But you can't stop here. You can't stop now. You gotta keep going. Through all your trials and your tribulations, you gotta keep pushing. Now, finish your canvas.
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you want to follow the podcast, you can follow it on all streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and a whole lot more. This has been Shooting the Lights Out.
Masterpiece.